Hey guys, this is Natalie from Inspired Alignment. I'm coming on today to do a reading for messages from the Divine Masculine's higher self to his Divine Feminine. So this reading is going to be timeless. So whenever you come across it, then that's probably a better chance that these messages will resonate with you and be for you. So that can be anytime. Whenever you are meant to come across it is probably that's the right time for you to receive these messages. Also, please keep in mind that this reading may not resonate for everyone. So please take what does resonate and whatever doesn't resonate, just kind of put it to the side or, don't pay too much attention to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and see what wants to come through from the Divine Masculine's higher self to his Divine Feminine. Okay. What are messages that the Divine Masculine wants the Divine Feminine to know during this time? What does the Divine Masculine want his Divine Feminine to know during this time? Messages does Divine Masculine want his Divine Feminine to know? Messages from his higher self. Okay, the first card we have is Temperance. It's a nice first card. Second card we have is the Six of Wands. Next card we have is the Four of Cups. And then underneath the deck we have the Knight of Cups with the Death card. Okay, so what I am picking up from this is that your Divine Masculine is wanting you to know that they are experiencing some things here in the month of December, actually. So although this reading is timeless, December is kind of a highlight here because Temperance is Sagittarius, and we're in the time of Sagittarius right now. So even if you come across this reading later on, December could be a significant month for you, or it will be in the future. So I see here what was really standing out to me is on her arm, we have like this medical symbol type of thing. But to me, this symbolizes the Kundalini. So what he's trying to say is that he is experiencing like the Kundalini, which is causing some purging of some sort. So the release of things that no longer serve him. And although that at times can be very difficult, it is helping to balance his energy out and get him into the place that he needs to be. Another thing that is standing out to me is the flowers here. They're purple. So that is very spiritual. I feel like this masculine, for whoever these messages are for, this masculine energy is really trying to say that they're kind of going through this whole awakening process right now, and it's heavy right now. I feel like a lot of the feminine energies kind of went through a lot of this stuff before their masculines. And even for some, I've noticed that like some of the masculines were already like awakened or enlightened, but like there was some kind of like manipulation or some kind of blockage that occurred, and the feminine was able to move past a point that the masculine wasn't able to move past in the past. And so now he's getting to this point where he's moving past the place where he was stuck at. And that message might not be for everybody, and it's not for all masculines either. There are certain masculines that already have this like sense of enlightenment, and, you know, awakened type of knowledge. And then there's some masculines that, you know, have been completely like unaware up until, you know, recently. But either way, you know, this is him saying that, you know, he is going through this transformation right now. He is experiencing the Kundalini. And, you know, he wants you to know that this is happening. So the next card here is the Six of Wands. I feel like this is saying that, you know, I'm hearing some of the masculines saying that they are receiving telepathic communication. So they could be experiencing telepathy with your higher self. But they're like getting something is happening. This could be like in dream state. It could actually be, you know, telepathy, you know, when they are, you know, functioning during the day and everyday life. But whatever the communication that they're receiving is, like whatever this telepathy and communication is about, it is making them, well, two different messages. It's making them feel victorious about certain things, like maybe this is clarity or clarification for them. But another message I'm getting is that you were successful. So if you had been trying to telepathically communicate, or if you were like, you know, wondering if they were really connecting with it, or you were just like, you know, always sending out like this, you know, energy or telepathic communication, he's saying that you were successful, you were victorious in this, and that he is hearing these messages. So for some feminines who have consciously done this, you know, you'll know who you are, because this is definitely saying that they got the message. I'm also seeing here that, you know, he's telling you that he may be a little bit secluded, or pulling away from just everything in the outside world to kind of be in solitude and do some self-reflection. And so if there is like little communication, or maybe there was communication and then like a pull away, you know, he's letting you know that it's because he kind of needs to sit in solitude and figure some things out. The crab stands out to me a little bit too, and we have the full moon in Cancer coming up. So for those of you who during this time frame the reading resonates, the full moon in Cancer might be something that kind of triggers, you know, this pull away. It might be something that kind of triggers him to pull away. And for some of you guys who haven't been in communication for quite a while, this full moon in Cancer could maybe be a time of reflection that kind of pushes him into communicating. And for those who watch this video later, you know, Cancer can still be very significant. So pay attention to, you know, what's going on planetarily around the time that you watch this video, and if Cancer is playing a part. Okay, what else he's saying is that the way that he has tried to present love or present his emotions, the way that he has tried to, you know, give you his cup of love or give himself to you emotionally, has not worked in the past. Like, it wasn't really successful. And there's like an ending or a death to the way that he was giving his love in the past. There's like a change here. I'm also hearing that the Venus retrograde, so that took place, like, I don't know the exact dates anymore. I think it started in September or October, and it was 40 days long. It was a very transformational time for many people. But that time frame for this masculine was very significant, and it really was transformative and forced kind of like some big changes within his life and the way that he was perceiving things. So I'm going to take some clarifiers on this to see what else the Divine Masculine's higher self would like his Divine Feminine to know during this time. I'm also seeing here with this whole Kundalini thing and the purging of toxic energies, like that there's literally like maybe some like entities or just attachments that have been there for a very long time finally being pulled out of, you know, his being. Okay, so what else do the feminines, or what else do the Divine Masculine's higher self want the feminines to know about this Temperance card? What other messages do we have for the Temperance card? Okay, so the Mountain. You know, so although I feel like this is the awakening process and the enlightenment, you know, that the realization that this person is having, and it's balancing out these energies and really, you know, being a realization, it still is creating like an obstacle or blockages, because the Kundalini is very intense. I mean, it clears out all of the toxic things and all of the things that are no longer serving your highest good. And so they could definitely be feeling, you know, like at some points during this process, it's like, you know, impossible to get through it. But underneath the deck here, I have the clovers. So, you know, it's like this very like counterdictive, you know, energy. So it's like it's like two steps forward, one step back, or maybe even one step forward, two steps back. You know, it's like it kind of feels like that sometimes. Like they making some progress, and then it's like, oh, it like comes to a screeching halt, you know, and they feel like they can't move, they can't do anything. But this is just part of the process, you know, like they are gonna get through this. I feel like anxiety. So it's like, I feel like this kind of is like scaring some of these masculines right now. Like they're really nervous about what is going on with them. Yeah. So it's just you know, we've all had these blockages and this purging happening. He's just letting you know that's what's happening. And he's even confused and unsure of like what exactly is going on, you know, and so that might be kind of being projected out towards other people in his life, including you. So try not to take, you know, the up and down energy, or, you know, try not to take it personally. Just let this person, you know, let him go through, you know, whatever process is necessary for him to get through this. I also just heard family obstacles and blockages that have something to do with family. This could be childhood, growing up type things with family, or if they have a family now, that there could be some blockages that they're dealing with around family. That's kind of what they're purging at this time. So what else does the Divine Masculine's higher self want his feminine to know about this Six of Wands? What does the Divine Masculine want her to know about Six of Wands? Okay, yeah, exactly what I had already said. So he's saying he got the message. This is like an announcement. It's a celebration. It's spiritual. I just feel like he's receiving information, and for you know, many of you, it's a strong message that the information that he's receiving is literally, it's coming directly from your higher self. He also, I'm hearing, could have had dreams or visions about like like a future timeline, or like a future type of energy, and he like seen like a marriage between you and him, or he's seen some kind of like coming together or celebration that involved you. Like he was able to see the future of your guys's relationship, and it made him feel really good. I'm getting that I'm picking up a lot of scared energy for some reason. So, if this person has been like afraid of, if he's one of the masculines that have had like this commitment issue, or afraid of commitment, or has just had bad experiences with marriage and all that, like this can be very scary for them, I think. But it's not bad. I think that it's just something that they're learning, and they're starting to pick up on like some of these abilities that they have. So let's see what the Divine Masculine's higher self wants his feminine to know about this Four of Cups. What does he want the feminine to know about the Four of Cups? What's the Four of Cups about? Okay, so we have the Moon card, and I did pick up that this upcoming full moon can be very significant. But this also is about emotions. He's getting in touch with his emotional self. And this is not something that he is really used to doing. This is something that I think he's actually actively avoided. And for whatever reason, it could be, all this purging and stuff going on, he's having to really kind of like sit by himself and pull away from people and situations and things within his life to really kind of like deal with this and figure out what this is exactly. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I'm going to pull another card on this moon. What else do we need to know about the Four of Cups? What else does he want us to know about the Four of Cups? Ooh, got sticky. Okay, yeah. So, it's like communication. I think that there's like something that he's emotionally wanting to communicate to you in the physical, but like there's like this scared and like nervous type of energy. And so instead of like communicating it, he's sitting and reflecting on it. He could even be like overthinking it a little bit. But I mean, I do think this communication is going to come. He's just really working through how to communicate it to you, and what exactly to say, and how exactly he's feeling, because this is new to him. This is not, he doesn't really understand it fully, and so he doesn't want to like screw up and say something and then he can't follow through, or it wasn't the right thing to say. Like he's really wanting to take his time and make sure that he is emotionally okay before he comes forward with this communication. So let's see what the Knight of Cups in this Death card is about. What does the Divine Masculine's higher self want the feminine to know about the Knight of Cups in the Death card? What is this about? Okay, so he is wanting to come forward, and kind of like just gift you with something, and it might not even be an actual, thing. It just could be gifting you like with his presence. He's wanting to do this, and he's like wishing and hoping for it. He's, and I think he knows that you are, in a sense. But there's like, there's like this like ending. So let's see. I'm going to pull a card just on the death card. What is the death card about? What do we need to know about the death card? What is the Divine Masculine trying to tell us? What's the Divine Masculine trying to tell us about the death card here? Okay, again, we have, spiritual communication, spiritual messages. For some of you guys, I'm getting that during the Venus retrograde is when they experience this telepathy. And something about that could have really changed how they were looking at this relationship. And again, I'm getting like they just want to do it different. They're realizing that there was something about the way that they have done things in the past that they don't want to do anymore. They want to put an end to that old way of being, and they want to do this in a new way. So the communication and the message is still coming. It's just coming in a different way. It's going to be different than how it was done in the past. This rainbow is really standing out to me too. Like it's like that, that bridge, like the rainbow bridge. Like I just pick up a real strong sense of connection to spirit, connection to higher self. And it's caused a heavy transformation in the way that this particular Divine Masculine sees and does things. All right, so I'm going to pull a card for the upcoming near future. So what does the Divine Masculine's higher self want you to know about the upcoming near future? Okay, so I have the King of Wands here and the Lovers underneath the deck. So what I get from this is that he's wanting you to know that whatever's going on right now, whatever he is doing it to eventually come into being this King of Wands. This King of Wands I always pick up as being very, very confident, very sure of himself, very dedicated and loyal and honest, very passionate. To me, the King of Wands is like an ideal mate. And it's not that I, like Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. It's just the energy of the King of Wands. I just always pick up this very, like, I don't know, just a very good, compassionate, loving person who is very loyal and dedicated to his relationships. So this is what he's wanting you to know about the future energy. And then with the Lovers under the deck, I mean, this is just letting you know that, and right underneath that we have the Six of Cups, guys. Wow, that's beautiful. So 2 sixes, and they're both very connected. So this is this union being protected. Archangel Michael is up here. He's holding the sword of truth. This is, a twin flame relationship that is going to come into union. Union is imminent. And with the Six of Cups here, this is like past life relationships, these like soul type ties, this emotional tie, from past lives. And in this particular deck, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even. Underneath that is the dang Empress. So, he's wanting you to know, he's coming into this King of Wands energy. He's working on it. He's trying to get there. So that you guys can have this beautiful, blissful union because you are his Empress. And as I was saying with the Six of Cups, in this particular deck, it's like, usually they're like prepping these flower pots, and here they're finished prepping them, and like they're kind of like these two kids are running off, to go play. I get like a feeling of like go play or like, do something, but it's very childlike, very reminiscent. And it's very like I get this sense of some kind of like completion. So, here we're talking about past lives, and I don't know, it's just really beautiful. And it looks like this little boy and this little girl, like the little girl is running ahead of the little boy, but she's holding his hand. Um, I don't know. I just feel like that really just signifies, the feminine, helping the masculine, you know, evolve and get to this place. And it's such a happy, loving, beautiful energy that I'm picking up from this card. So what he's wanting you to know about the future energy is really beautiful. I can't even really explain the feeling that I have right now. It's just blissful. It's just love. It's unconditional love. It's really beautiful. So he's saying right now, you know, be patient, just be patient. This is going to happen, and don't give up on him. Don't give up on what you know to be true. And that he's getting it. He is getting it. So what else does the divine masculine's higher self want his divine feminine to know? What else do you want your divine feminine to know? Divine masculine. What else do you want her to know? I'm going to pull this card from, this is the Sacred Geometry deck. What else do you want the divine feminine to know? Okay, Spirit Kin. It's interesting. Oh wow, underneath the deck we have the Freedom of Love. I'm actually going to read both of these cards. So the Spirit Kin is a number 39. This card says, this shaman dances and drums around a fire and has called in the energy of his spirit kin. Mountain lion, also called puma or cougar, speaks of strength, courage, and transformation. Golden spirals kindle this fury energy. Very much what I was just saying about this transformation happening right now. Very spiritual transformation going on with this group of divine masculines. We here call upon this magnificent spirit kin to demonstrate the gift of courage. Courage enters your life in many different ways. It is fearlessly standing up for what you believe to be true. Courage is being confident in your discernment and ability to speak from your heart. It is trusting that the universe is on your side, guiding and protecting you. Courage is the strength that comes from within. It is being who you truly are without fear or judgment of yourself or others. It is speaking out when you believe strongly for or against something. It is the power to transform fear into love and to bravely follow your own visionary path. And I did say here this, I felt a lot of fear going on right now. But it's changing, it's transforming. Fear is like the other side of love. It's the dark and the light, the black and the white. So they're just finding out how to get to the other side of that coin. Courage is transformational. Transformation is courageous. Trust your ability to call in the transformation that your vision requires. Find the courage within yourself to express your gifts and have confidence in knowing you can make a real difference in the world. So not only is this message, I think, kind of explaining to you what he's going through right now, but this is also him giving you some advice to continue on your spiritual journey and be courageous and start to share information and your vision with people around you. If you're not already jumping into, that mission, this is him kind of giving you that advice to start expressing yourself in the gifts that you have, and that that's going to start to make a difference within the world. So I'm going to read this, the Freedom of Love card. This card says, the stellated dodecahedron is associated with unity consciousness or Christ consciousness. Combined with the golden spiral hearts, this card creates a matrix through which we can realize that when we live in integrity and with heart energy, there is true freedom. Our journey of evolution is our journey towards unity consciousness. Meditate with this image and feel into your connection to divine oneness and universal love. Visualize yourself as part of every particle of energy in creation. Sacred geometry affirms our oneness and provides us with a language to better understand our place in it all. Love is the key that unlocks this language and helps us more fully realize our divinity. Freedom is the force that offers us an opportunity to realize an expanded view of our humanness and our place in the cosmic order. Take this experience into your heart and see it as sprouting wings. See yourself flying on the wings of universal love and experience the freedom of knowing you are never separate, but are truly an integral part of the divine order. So holy cow, you guys, that is super powerful. And to me, that message is, that is what Twin Flames are all about. We are here to shift into unity consciousness, and we're doing it through unconditional love. And that was just beautifully put. So, I mean, as far as that being like the message from the masculine, it's like, this is coming from his higher self, but it's like, don't give up, man. Like, this is really happening, like, this is real. Don't doubt it. Don't fear it. Even if they've got some weird stuff going on in their situation, like, this is just something that they need to go through. Like, so just let them do what they need to do, and you do what you need to do. Don't get caught up in worrying about that. Just have faith. Just know that this is really an important part of our destiny. And you're not crazy or anything. So I'm going to pull a card from the Lightworkers Oracle deck. What is one message from the Lightworker Oracle deck that the Divine Masculine's higher self wants his Divine Feminine to know? Past life activation. I've been getting this card quite a bit with my personals for Twin Flames. Also, we have here trust in the plan. So, of course, we are trusting in the universe. And Divine Masculine is telling you to continue trusting in the plan. Everything is working out for your highest good and for the highest good of this union as well. I'm going to read the little thing from Past Life Activation. It says, you have talents within that have been developed through many varied life experiences. You have had many lifetimes already, even if you don't recall them consciously, helping you evolve and grow into the loving being that you are today. Your desire to grow in consciousness and spiritual power to assist the divine plan unfolding throughout the universe is heard and supported by the spiritual worlds in all ways. To this end, past life material is being activated now for your benefit and the greater good. So, like I said, this card has come up a lot in personal readings for Twin Flames. And what I'm kind of getting from this is, a lot of us have already kind of started to realize, especially the feminines, our divine talents and our gifts, are being reactivated within our lives. But what I'm kind of getting is that the masculines are experiencing this activation now. Some of them are starting to gain their abilities. And I've also kind of got this like message of, many of us who have been on this mission and have been doing the work, it's almost like this new phase, where there's going to be a part within here where you and the Divine Masculine come together and share your gifts together to kind of like reach another point of this mission. And I feel like that's all kind of connected to this past life activation. I just feel like, the masculines are being activated right now. And that is the message, here is that, there's a lot going on with this group of masculines. And it's not anything that I think he's able to communicate physically. I think that he's really trying to wrap his head around exactly what's happening with him. But his higher self is wanting you to know that this transformation and all of these things are what's going on. And, just to keep having faith and trust, because he, is probably not able to communicate this to you right now. And then, of course, trusting in the plan. So I'm going to also read the past life activation invocation because I think it'll be helpful. This says, through divine grace, protection, mercy, and empowerment, I call for the activation of all past life gifts and abilities that will serve my greatest and most joyful, inspirational, and soul-satisfying success this lifetime. I ask for healing assistance from the higher beings that love me unconditionally so I can swiftly release any unhelpful conditioning or resistance to the expression of these talents. I ask for inspiration and guidance to bring them to life in the world in the best possible way this lifetime. May all beings receive their full divine inheritance with mercy and grace. Through my own free will, so be it. So, yeah, that's great. And you guys could also be getting, starting to develop some new kinds of abilities that you didn't know you had either. We are always kind of mirroring the masculine, but I feel like this is heavily the masculine is kind of going through this right now. So I'm going to pull one last message here from this oracle deck. What is one last thing you would like the divine feminine to know? Oh my gosh, you guys. Goddess. So he wants you to know that you are a goddess. That is so beautiful. Honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty. Love every part of you because you are a goddess. You are my goddess. And then under that we had gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others, honor your gentleness, and speak words of love. I feel like I'm hearing, this is how he sees you. He really views you as being this goddess creature and this like amazing divine being. I mean, I just feel so much like love here, but he really sees you as that person. So don't ever doubt that. So you guys, I think that this was really, really great. I love these messages and I hope that they resonate with you guys. So I will see you guys soon. Take care.